movie is about friendship. It is about a team, and it's the complications of friendship that happen when enormous pressure comes down on these guys. Put down the phone. Let's think about this.
We have a responsibility to warn the British government and not gamble with the Prime Minister's life, Ethan, just so you can beat the guy that has beaten you at every turn.
The journey of the characters is dictated by a note that Tom gave me very early on. He said, I want the team to be experiencing what you and I experience when we're making a movie. We look at each other as two people who are in the trenches and sort of fighting our way out, or shooting our way out, as the case may be. And so Tom wanted to take that sense of camaraderie and that sense of chaos.
The plane!
Yes, the package is on the plane, we get it!
And translate it into Mission Impossible.
Can you open the door?
That's very much what you're feeling when you're watching the team.
Benji, can you open the door?
Can I open the door? Maybe.
Open the door when I tell you!
Well, at the end of Ghost Protocol, it felt like a new beginning for the IMF. You know, the guys managed to save the world, literally, and we all went off on our various missions. Here, with this one, it seems things have changed rapidly, and the IMF has sort of become obsolete in a way. It's been severely questioned by the CIA, and Ethan's out there on his own on this crusade, seemingly obsessed.
You know, he's evolved, Ethan. He is not necessarily fearless. You know, he's not a superhero. He's very human, but will go to any extent to help others and save his friends and to try to save the world. He loves his team. You know, he loves and enjoys what he does.
I've always thought Benji is kind of Ethan's biggest fan. Ethan knew him as the guy he could take his broken computers to.
It's great work, Benji.
Then he knew him as a fellow agent.
This is very exciting.
And now they've been through some stuff together. They have a little camaraderie and genuine peril that they've experienced together. And so it's interesting to see that Benji has apparently rejected him at the beginning of the movie.
Ethan Hunt is still out there in the field, and I am stuck here answering for it. We are not friends.
Benji finds himself working for the CIA, but in the most mundane, boring job he could possibly have.
He misses the field, and the draw of his old friend brings him back into action.
The opera sequence was a sequence that was forcing Ethan and Benji together and really making Benji a conspirator in Ethan's unsanctioned operation.
Benji's been out in the field for a while now, so he's a little bit more mature, he's a little bit more experienced, but he's no less Benji. You know, Benji's always has this sort of wild, wide-eyed kind of appreciation of what he does and the world he moves around in.
What the? She tried to shoot me!
Doesn't make her a bad person.
I'm playing Ilsa Faust. She's a undercover agent. I would say that she is sort of a feminine version of Ethan Hunt. He meets his match.
We knew we wanted to bring a woman into the story who was not a member of the team, but was somehow more of a foil to Ethan than somebody who was subordinate to him. And I was less interested in a romantic relationship than I was in a relationship between two equals.
We've never met before, right?
Follow me. What I love about Ilsa is that she has a kick-ass, mean, badass side and a vulnerability that we are trying to sort of entwine.
Her character is mysterious and delightful and powerful. Ethan very much believes in her.
We've all talked about what kind of a fighting Ilsa Faust would do, and we've found this sort of robust, raw, animalistic, tough attitude, which is so cool because she just kicks ass like any other man you'd see. There's elegant kicks, but combined with some very, very raw, brutal action.
I think that Rebecca Ferguson actually gets to play a role that's worthy of her. She's not being used as sort of eye candy or the damsel in distress or the prize. She's an incredibly strong character, and it's great to see in a world where often a spy genre action movie where men get most of the great moments. I think that she gets as many great moments as any man in the movie.
Trust me or kill me. But if you're gonna kill me, be a man. Do it yourself.
A decision I made very early on was to split the team in half and have it be Ethan and Benji on one track and Luther and Brant on another track chasing after them. Brant being the person who had to find Ethan in order to save his life.
They're going to kill Ethan. They're going to kill Benji. We have to get to them first. Are you going to help me?
And Luther being the only person with the technical knowledge to find Ethan.
Find her, find Ethan.
Tell me it's possible to pull facial recognition off a sketch.
For mere mortals, no. For me, I could have done this at home.
I liked the sort of odd couple nature of it. And what I especially liked is that Ving is the earliest team member from the franchise and that Jeremy is the latest. And the idea of pairing the two of them together and realizing that they've really only met on screen for the briefest of moments at the end of Ghost Protocol.
This must be them.
Luther Stickle, the firm of Carter, Dunn, and Brandt.
So I thought I would exploit that dynamic and play them as two characters who really don't know each other all that well and in fact don't trust each other.
Ethan is my friend. And if I have 1 second of doubt whose side you're on,
Ving just fits on Luther like a glove. You know, he's the elder statesman of the group. He's known Ethan the longest, and Ving's known Tom the longest. They bring a relationship and an intimacy and a warmth that completely transfers onto screen.
Ving is amazing. I love him in this character. You see that dynamic that he has with Renner in this one. Renner was an analyst and kind of on the fringes of being in the field.
Jeremy is sort of this live wire counterpoint to the other characters, and it's fun to watch when they get together.
It's a high-speed chase. You just had to get the 4x4, didn't you?
don't blame me, you chose
You just had to have it.
You want me to drive? You want me to drive?
I like that the guy I'm up against is tough. He can be charming and he can throw it off in a certain way, but he's also very tough guy.
I'm not interested in playing games, Brad.
And I'm not interested in seeing my friends get killed either. So if I'm going to betray them, we're going to do this on my terms and my terms only. Do you understand?
My favorite films, and the films I gravitate to, are those with really strong characters where I'm really kind of emotionally invested. And that's obviously our approach every time we do a project. If we make our audience care about the characters, we are able to hopefully make a film that resonates beyond the action that's happening on screen.
It's always been a character-based franchise. You care about Ethan Hunt. You care about the team around him.
That kind of chemistry that McHugh and I wanted with those characters is very alive. It's fun to watch. You know, you just see that team fray and almost fracture.
I lost it.
You think it's going to split apart and the whole story is going to blow up.
She set us up, Ethan.
No, she delivered a message. She set us up!
And that's a mission movie, just constant pressure down on these characters and how can they overcome it? And will they work together as a team? Will they figure it out?